Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with Real Deal Talk. God, where'd my crowd go? It took. We had I think there's a delay, so the crowd didn't hear me. That's why they took a little while to give me my normal applause. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Okay, so that's all the time we have. Ladies and gentlemen, Epic 62, Epic Fighting Interviews, Round 2. Today's Saturday morning, Epic Fighting 62. The next one is Friday, August 22nd. Get your tickets. Right now in the studio, I have an incredible woman, a professional mixed martial artist, fought professionally. Her name is Tina Pettigrew, ladies and gentlemen, a.k.a. The Predator.
That's right. Hi.
That's right, she says. All right, let's start with and you're at Bonita Martial Arts. You're now an instructor there.
Yes.
With your husband, correct? Okay. So The Predator, where did The Predator come from? Let's start there.
You know, my last name is Pettigrew.
Yep.
And generally, I think they say that you can't make your own fight name.
Correct.
Other people have to name you. So my brother is like a graphic artist, and he did my original logo for my shirt. And when he did the first sketch, he wrote that.
He did.
Tina the Predator Pettigrew, and it kind of stuck.
I love that.
It's hard to say, especially like for a little kid.
Yeah.
But you know,
I love it.
It makes sense too, because we were just talking about before this, when you walk into the cage.
Yeah.
As a fighter, often everything kind of goes silent, and you just stay very focused. And that's kind of how I feel. I feel like a predator stalking my prey.
Yeah.
In the fight. So it really does fit.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because my son's 9, and one of our top movies that we watch together all the time is Predator. It's so good. It is outstanding. All right, let's talk about your fight career.
Okay.
Go back. How old are you now, by the way?
I don't tell people that.
Come on. You look super young.
Thank you.
22, 23, 25. But you said your dad or your mom was like 70?
Yeah, my dad is going to be 80 in
80.
September.
Okay.
Yeah, he was an older dad though.
Okay, gotcha.
For sure.
That's
I'm the
why
youngest of all my siblings.
That's why I was like, wait a minute, because she's young. There's no way. All right, so that's kind of like me, because we started having kids when I was 40.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so I'm not going to do the math here. You saw where I was going. So he had you when he was. No, I'm kidding.
I'm in my 30s though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so go back. When did you start? Because for fighting in general, especially mixed martial arts, is extremely rare for people to do this.
Right.
Some people do one thing, they'll do a certain martial artist, but doing it all and actually fighting, getting in a cage,
Totally.
So rare. Especially then professionally, it's even more rare.
Mm-hmm.
But it's even more rare for women.
Yes.
So what got you into it from the beginning? Go all the way back. What did you first start doing? How did it start? Where did it start? What did it start with?
So when I was really young, I did gymnastics competitively. I was a natural athlete from like super duper early. It's kind of in my blood and everything. In fact, when I started MMA late, in what I consider late in my life, I felt like I had proof in my family tree that I was going to be able to fight until I was way older, because I have professional athletes in my family who stayed employed in that sport into their 40s, 50s.
Wow.
So when I was really young, I did gymnastics, and my brother did taekwondo. So I let him have martial arts, and I did gymnastics. Then, I go to high school, do high school sports, all the things, graduate, go to college.
Did you gymnastics through high school as well?
I stopped gymnastics, basically at puberty. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason now that I'm a coach and I coach young girls, it's very important to me to be supportive of them, because basically I had to quit gymnastics because I got my period, and nobody was there to like support me and like how to manage that, and like how to manage my growing body in the sport, and how, it was just like back in the day, like there was lack of support.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I'm just like a young kid. Like I didn't know what to do or like even who to ask for help or anything like that.
Would you say, because gymnastics is another one that when you go all in on that, it is psychotic.
Yeah.
Did you burn out, you think, at all?
I wanted to keep doing it.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, but my mom said, if it's not fun anymore, then stop. Like she didn't want to pressure me.
Right.
But it wasn't fun, not because I didn't like the sport. It wasn't fun because like the adults in my life weren't supporting me.
Yeah. On how to deal with that.
And the girls at my new gym were bullies. It was just like, it was a shit show.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, I had to quit because of that, which, mentally is something that I eventually had to like reconcile.
Yeah, get over, yeah.
Yeah, because were a lot of parts of me that really wanted to stick with it because it was my love. Like I wanted to do nothing else for a very long time. So, I always knew that sports were in my heart. And then I kind of drifted away from it once I graduated and went to college. And then when
give me high school. What sports did you what did you do? What did you go off into?
In high school, I did swimming and diving. I did crew and I did like marching band.
Marching band?
Yeah.
No way.
So I did a lot of activities. I was like a way overachiever in high school. And then when I graduated, I went to the University of Florida. I'm originally from Florida. When I went to UF, I just worked. Like I didn't train. I didn't do sports at all.
Wow.
No, which is crazy because UF has like one of the best gymnastics programs in the world for college.
Yeah.
And I just like wasn't involved in it.
Did you think about it or were you like, maybe? Or...
I did, yes. I thought about it so much that before I went to grad school, I went to the local YMCA and became a gymnastics coach there.
Really?
Yes, because it was one of those things that before I would go to bed at night, it would just like always come up. Like I wanted to do it. So I was like, okay, Tina, you got to do something with this since it's literally keeping you up at night. And so I freaking went to like the paper or like, I don't know, Craigslist or something at the time where I found the job. And then I coached gymnastics for basically a year until I moved to New York City for grad school.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I always knew I wanted to be a coach. Yeah. I always knew that I wanted to stick with sports. And then, but I was on the track of like going into medicine or law or something like that. So I, because people tell you all these things about how you need to live your life and make money and all this stuff, right?
Always.
So I went to NYU. I got my master's in bioethics and I was working, interning, very, very busy, like going on this track that I thought I wanted. And then after.
And wait, what were you studying? What's it called?
Bioethics.
What does that mean?
It's a philosophy degree.
Okay.
So say what you will about that. But basically it studies like whether, it's crazy because COVID happened. We studied things like epidemics, things like when you alter genetics to like create people and stuff like that, like the different ethics of situations involving people and animals and things that are honestly pretty ambiguous.
Yeah.
Like what's right and what's wrong in this situation and why.
Yeah.
My thesis was on torture.
Are you kidding me?
No.
On torture.
I don't think I've ever said that on camera, but yeah, that was my thesis. Yeah, and I did well. Like I graduated. This is why I found an internship at a place at NYU Bellevue called the Program for Survivors of Torture. So both of my internships, I interned there and at the United Nations Office of Internal Oversight Services. Both of those places, my very first day, I had to sign an NDA. It's like a lot of like really intense, gnarly stuff that I learned about, that I was exposed to. And it's New York City, so there's a lot of every type of person, in every situation. Yeah. So that's why I wrote my thesis on torture, because that's what I had the experience in at the time, right?
Okay, so hold on. Torture.
Not that I had been tortured.
Right.
No.
Right. Not that you were. But who's getting tortured?
So in these particular situations...
just military stuff?
It actually, in that particular program, it was not that. It was people who were seeking asylum from other countries being tortured in their country based on their religion, their gender, things like that.
Oh my gosh.
It was really gnarly stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. And all the people that were there were just really so grateful to be alive.
Wow.
Like to have their kids with them. Dude, this one guy he would walk. He was in his 70s. He walked from Harlem down to 14th Street just to get to the program because they don't have any resources. Like they're seeking asylum.
How far of a walk is that?
That's like, oh my God, that would take you hours. Yeah.
Just
like from
to go
the top of Manhattan to the bottom of Manhattan.
Just to go to the class.
Yes. To the but the good thing about the program is that they would give you resources.
Yeah.
They would give you like a Metro card as long as you qualified and things like that. Yeah.
And this is somebody that had been tortured in his life.
Yes.
And what was the average length of time that somebody endured torture?
Well, for a lot of people, it was like consistent throughout their life, which is why they ended up leaving.
Wow. So are you able to mention any of these types of torture, like generically?
Yeah. I mean, like there were people who lived in the Himalayas that because of their religion there's like a regime out there that just like rapes and pillages, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like what we think of as like kind of old school, but it happens modern day.
It's
so,
happening to this day.
Oh yeah, all kinds of communities are just being, you know,
raped and
like
pillaged,
victimized, basically. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, so sad. So, but that's the thing. Me working there, I thought, like, in my brain, I was like, oh, I want to help people. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then slowly but surely, I started realizing, if I want to do this work, like, I'm too sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, it was really taking a toll on me, like my health, my mental health, everything. It was really difficult for me to do that every single day. I don't know how people in that work do it, because it's like, I don't know if you have to put up a shield or what the thing is.
Right.
But
kind of detach your feelings and your emotions.
Yeah. And yeah, I had a lot of experiences like that, thinking that I wanted to go into medicine, thinking that I wanted to go into law, whatever the thing was, policy making. And then I was just like, I guess this isn't for me, even though I had taken so many steps to be there. And so basically, after those experiences, I get my degree, right?
Yep.
I'm working at a nonprofit, and I'm like,
this is your master's degree, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, why do I feel like crap? Like, I just didn't feel like myself.
Yeah.
And I knew that something had to change. I didn't know what it was exactly. So I graduated on like December 10th. And I went home for Christmas. No, I did not go home for Christmas. I went to my dad's home in Western Pennsylvania, where my family was. And we watched Alistair Overeem versus Brock Lesnar UFC fights. And they pan out to the audience, and there's this beautiful woman, okay, with like a short bob, dark hair, with a hat, leather jacket. And they're asking her, who you got in this fight? And she goes, I have Alistair Overeem because I'm a striker. He's a striker. You know, she had to go with the kickboxer. I'm like, who is this chick? Well, it was Gina Carano.
Yes, Gina.
Yes. And so leading up to that, my brother was really into MMA because he was into taekwondo, all the martial arts. He wrestled in high school, all the things. But again, I let him have that, you know? I didn't want to like step on his toes. So I always saw these fights, these UFC fights.
Did you then look up Gina Carano to see?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but leading up to that, I saw all these fights that were like these big, burly, like Brazilian guys roided out. Like, and I'm like, this is not for me. Like, this is not for me. That's not me. I wouldn't know. But then when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, there's people like me who do this. Like, and she looks sweet. Like, she's well-spoken.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Like, so I became like really into her fights. I remember I always tell people I would take the bus instead of the train, because this is before there was Wi-Fi underground in New York, just so I could watch her fights.
No kidding.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I need to learn this. So my brother agreed to pay for my first month at a martial arts school. And I had
Is this in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I had some things like boxes that I needed to check for a good gym, right? Yeah. Number one was they could teach beginners. And my brother insisted on number two. He's like, I know you, and I know you're going to want to compete, even though you're a beginner. So do they have a team? And then for me personally, the third thing was, can they coach women? Because I knew that not every gym, you know, could coach women. And so that's when I went to Evolution Muay Thai in New York. And that, I'm telling you, I walked in that gym, like you walk, the elevator opens, you step out, and you're in the gym already.
Yeah.
And it just smells like sweat, and people are screaming. And I remember very distinctly hearing Angie's voice. Angela Hill, do you know who she is?
No.
Okay, so she's a UFC fighter. She's like one of the most active UFC fighters in the strawweight division. She's been with them forever.
She's got a bunch of records.
Yes.
She's been on Joe Rogan.
You heard her voice? He was there?
Yeah. That's how I met her. Yeah, was at Evolution Muay Thai, and her husband, Adam. But I just remember her voice because Angie has a very distinctive voice. And I was like, oh, there's women here. And it was just like the right environment. Yeah. I was going to try a few different gyms, and I only tried that gym and just stuck with that gym.
You didn't even try another one?
So that's when I first started, at a place called Evolution Muay Thai.
It clicked right away.
City. Yeah.
All right, so first day you walk in, what happened? What down?
The first day I went in, I think like for the latest class I had, was not coached by the main coach. It was coached by one of the fighters. And I already knew, like based on what they were doing, I was like, oh, this is fun. We jump roped for like 10 minutes. The whole next day I could barely walk. Like my calves, I was so out of shape, and my calves were like not used to that, you know? And I just remember being like, I gotta do this again. Like sitting at my desk at work, and I'm like, I can't wait to go back. 10
minutes?
Yeah, well, that was like the warm up. Because now that I work at a gym, I know like you're teaching classes all day. You have your like a lot of people who coach at night have their other job in the morning. Right. So by 8 p.m., like we're all whatever. So sometimes, you know, you have your adults class warm up on their own or whatever the thing is. You
Yeah.
can take a bathroom break,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
But yeah.
And that's how it started.
That's how I started, yes.
All right. So they were teaching Muay Thai, obviously. Anything else or strictly Muay Thai?
Yeah, so they actually had a coach there named Renee who taught grappling as well. At the time, it was called Radical Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. And so I took some of his classes too. And I will never forget because there have been a few key moments in my career where I've had coaches take me aside and say things to me that I won't forget. And I remember I'm like one of the only women on the mat for the most part.
Yeah.
In jiu-jitsu, that's like a general, when you first start out too, a general thing that happens. And I remember after class, he came up to me and he was like, "You are the hardest worker in this gym. And I can tell that right now. Female, male, anybody, you better keep it up." And I was like, okay. Like he just saw the way that I was.
You remember that distinctly.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, like, because some people need external validation at certain points in their life. And I feel like at that point, because I was a little bit more mentally insecure than I am now, I needed that.
Yeah.
I needed someone in a position of power to reinforce that I was on the right track.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what did you take to the most right away? The Muay Thai, the Jiu-Jitsu?
It's funny you asked that because I think that I liked Muay Thai more in the beginning, but Jiu-Jitsu was more natural for me. Yeah, and I think a lot of that is like, you know, the sibling abuse.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
being suffocated by a pillow and, you know, just like, oh, I've been here before. Know. Truly.
Yes.
I just kind of got to squirm my body to get out of there and stay safe. So I think that's probably
that is hilarious. So how long were you at that school before you moved on? Or
yeah, that's a good question. At the time, MMA was actually illegal in New York City.
Are you kidding me?
The fights were underground. The MMA fights were literally underground.
What year was this?
2012.
They were illegal?
Something, yeah.
What?
Yeah, New York. Listen, MMA was not legal in New York until I moved to San Diego. And I moved to San Diego December 2016.
That's crazy.
I know. It was ridiculous. So what I did is I was at Evolution for a while and then I was like, you know what? I've been doing kickboxing for a while. Maybe I should try jiu-jitsu now. And in New York, I'm telling you, it was expensive to do one or the other, much less both. That would have been like $500-600 a month. So I kind of had to choose.
Yeah.
So there was a point, I think 2014 or so, where I switched to jiu-jitsu and I went to Renzo Gracie Academy.
And this is in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And now, so you could do jiu-jitsu was good, but anything MMA was illegal.
Right. And all of my coaches from the beginning, I was like, I want to do MMA.
Yeah.
Like I'm here taking kickboxing, I'm here taking jiu-jitsu, but I told them all like, hey, I want to do MMA.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
All right. So then you go to that with the, what was that? Oh, is that my stereo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hold on. How did that turn on? There we go. That's done. Okay, so give me the evolution of now. So now you've been training for you're at 4 years now, yeah? At this point.
Yeah, I would say as a casual.
Casual.
Yeah, because even
though. Oh, yeah. What were you doing for your profession? Were you still doing
right? So I wanted to compete in martial arts. And I remember when I transitioned, I got a job offer, I think 2014-ish. After my nonprofit job, I took a break from like real jobs and I bartended and did kickboxing. Like I trained and I bartended, which I actually made more money bartending.
Of course, yeah, you get
than
cash.
I did at the real job. And so, and I was like, I love that lifestyle. It was just like more for me. I had more free time, like more relaxed, all the things. So I actually got a job after about a year and a half of doing that. Working at a professional women's networking organization, which was the first one was a 501c3, a nonprofit, and then this second one was a B corporation.
Yeah.
So it's a corporation, so
right.
We're here to make money, but it has like a mission, like a positive mission for the world type thing. And so I started working there. And so I was still on the track of like working a regular job, you know, and it went well. I loved it. Like I loved the work, but it was stressful. It took away from my training, things like that. So what I ended up doing is keeping the job. When I decided I wanted to move to San Diego for MMA, I negotiated working remotely before anybody worked remotely.
Nice.
Yeah, before 2020. This was in 2016.
And then so what made you choose San Diego?
Well, Angie, my friend from Evolution, had been on that show, The Ultimate Fighter.
What's her nickname?
Overkill.
Oh,
Angie Overkill.
I know Angie Overkill, of course.
Yeah. So Angie had moved to San Diego because she had met some women on The Ultimate Fighter that like had a team. They were at Alliance. And I had seen through social media that they seemed to have a good team out there.
Yeah.
And like it was like exactly what I wanted. Even like the pictures in the video, I was like, oh, the light in San Diego, like the sun must be beautiful. Like it looked nice, like what I wanted. And so I came out to visit. And
so she was out here at this point then?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And her husband, Adam, who is her like corner, her coach now, but he used to fight Muay Thai as well. Yeah, we were all together at Evolution way back in the day. But so when she moved out here, I asked some questions. I came out to visit, and I really liked it. And so I decided to come out here.
So I train sometimes at Fitness Quest 10 in Scripps Ranch. And I
Bristol.
noticed that she always trains there with Jeff Bristol. Yeah,
it's like a little network of everybody kind of knows everybody, and
yeah. So now I know. Now I knew the nickname.
Yeah,
like
Angie Overkill.
Yeah, because I see her all over social media. All right, so you come out, right? Or no, you contacted her for like a little bit of.
Yep. I asked her about how things were and what she thought of it, like how she liked it and stuff. And then I came out to visit. I stayed with them. I trained for about a week. And like with the team and everything. And
wait, sorry, which gym was it? Which team?
Alliance.
MMA. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
At the time, they were on 3rd and K.
Got it. Okay.
Chula Vista.
So then you came out for a week. Then did you decide, all right, I'm moving out there immediately?
It took me some time.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually went to Pennsylvania for 6 months because my grandmother was about to turn 100, and I wanted to spend time with her before moving out. So I spent some time there working remotely and training at another Renzo Gracie Academy just to like keep my skills.
Yep.
And then I moved out here December 20th, 2016.
I love it. And so you get out here, give me the evolution from here. Then when did you become a pro fighter? Like when did you have your first MMA fight? How long did it take?
So I came out here December 2016, and I heavily went into jiu-jitsu when I first started at Alliance. And then I competed in jiu-jitsu, and then I had to have surgery.
What was the surgery?
I had to have my gallbladder removed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, well, there was a lot going on because I was working East Coast hours. I would wake up at like 5 a.m. and then do stand-up on my computer when it was dark outside. I would work New York City hours, 5 a.m. to basically like 3-ish p.m. And then I would train at night. So I was pretty busy when I first came here, but I was determined. So I ended up making it where I was working that job and training at night and wanted to get an MMA fight for like about a year. It wasn't until 2018, March 31st, 2018, when I made my MMA debut. So a little over a year-ish, a year and a half-ish after training full-time MMA, which is when I went to Alliance, that's what they told me. They were like, you need to train with us for a year before we will even consider cornering you. So, which I think is the right move.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so, all right, so what was your first debut? Where was it? What production?
It was with Sparstar. It was supposed to be with Epic, but I freaking hurt myself right before, 2 weeks before. And that was the day before my birthday that it happened too. My ankle was like this big. And I was gonna fight. I like went to the doctor and I was like, oh, I'm good. Like, right? He wouldn't sign it. He wouldn't sign the paper. And then my coach saw my foot. He was like, girl, you are not fighting. I was like, I am though. Like I was in, because you want it so bad. So they told me 6 weeks from when it happened is when you can start training again. So I booked a fight 6 weeks after. Yeah. Like an idiot. But
6 weeks.
Yeah. But it went well, thank God.
It did.
Yeah. And I wore ankle braces on both feet so she wouldn't know which one.
That's smart.
Yeah.
How'd the first fight go?
Good. I won a split decision.
You did?
Yeah, even though I really beat her.
You did?
I think.
All
but
right.
yeah, it was like her hometown,
But
like
how give me the first fight, walking in the ring. Were you nervous? Was it crazy? Give me the experience.
I felt like I had waited so long for this moment, and I felt like I had so much. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah. I
felt like I had dealt with so much bullshit leading up to that I was like, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's gonna stop me. There was nothing at all. I also came to the matchmaker and was like, hey, this is the girl. Is she available? I don't play around. Like, again, I started at what I considered older. So I took things into my own hands. I didn't like wait for the coach to do it or like blame it on the matchmaker. I was just like, this is what's going to happen. Like,
yeah, you took control.
Also business person.
Yeah.
Like I had worked in the business world for a while. So I'm like, there's no excuse. Like if you want something to happen, you make it happen.
You make it happen.
Yeah. And that's how I felt about that fight. I was like a full grown woman.
Yeah. I'd love it.
Like I'm not a child.
And then where'd you go from the first fight? You went on to?
Yes. So I think I had 2 epic fights after that.
You did?
Yes. And so I fought for Sparstar, and then I fought
And how did you find Epic, or did Epic find you?
Emily. Well, I had been in touch with Harvey already
Yeah.
because he would come to Alliance and he's very well networked, very friendly. So he had always wanted me to fight for Epic. And I was really looking forward to making my debut with Epic. And I went to that fight that I couldn't fight at. You
Yeah.
know, I watched the fights and everything. So I always knew I was going to fight for Epic. And I was like really excited about it too. So when I actually had the opportunity shortly after my debut, then we took it. I fought 5 times in a calendar year.
Oh, wow.
My first year of fighting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give me how'd you do on all of them? Learning experiences.
Yeah, I won all of them.
You won all of them.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Which is great. Again, very determined. Some went better than others. Like my second fight, which was my first fight with Epic, I was sick. And the girl was beatable.
Yeah.
Sorry, finishable.
Yes. Yes.
And I didn't finish the fight.
Yeah.
I was like so angry.
You're irritated by that.
Yes, because I felt like I didn't even look good in the fight.
Yeah.
I felt like I just was frustrating.
But you won.
Yes. Yes. So I got the win, which is good.
So give me your best what's your best memory fight? You just felt good. Everything was
Amateur?
amateur.
Oh, my very first fight.
The very first fight.
Oh, yeah.
That was, because the moment
100%.
leading up to it.
I think a lot of that too is we did catch weight 140 and I was in shape walking at like 42.
Yeah.
So I didn't even really have to cut weight.
Oh gosh.
I was lean and it was easy,
How good is that?
Whereas the other ones, again, the next one after that, I was sick and it was my first time making 35. So that kind of sucked. But it happens. That's a part of it.
Give me the most, do you anybody knock anybody out on the feet, like striking?
Yes, but not as an amateur.
Not as an amateur.
Yes, as a professional.
Okay. So when did you decide to go pro, or when did you go pro?
Okay, so my last amateur fight, I defended my Epic and Camo belt. That was in 2000, I guess that was February 2019. And after that, I decided to quit my full-time job and turn pro. So train with the pros in the morning, train twice a day.
Yeah.
So I basically, when I was amateur, I was doing the same amount of work as most pros do, but all at night because I was working during the morning.
Yep.
So now that I wasn't working during the morning, I negotiated. I kept tapering down. I was still working for them, but I was consulting.
Yeah.
So it was a lot less work. So I could train in the morning. So I was training twice a day, and I made a commitment to like getting really lean and getting sleep and recovering and like really focusing on the actual professional fighting, instead of it being like I would go to my meetings at my job with black eyes and stuff because I had just fought like the day before.
Yeah.
And, they all knew that and they were supportive and everything. So I explained to them like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. So I quit the full-time job, which freed up some time and resources to like get really lean. I took a lot of jiu-jitsu competitions. Like I wanted to fight at 125 because everybody looks at you and they'll be like, oh, this is your weight class. I'm like, no, I'm a 35er. But then I tried to go down to 25 during 2019 and I got really lean. But when I ended up making my pro debut, it was at 135 anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I stayed at 135.
How'd you do in the pro debut?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's the best I ever felt in a fight.
That's what I was kind of getting after, is like
That's
the best you felt.
I ever felt in a fight.
Give me the scenario. Did you submit? Did you finish? Did you?
Yeah, I choked her out.
Which round?
First round.
First round?
Mhm.
How good did that
And
feel?
She's a good fighter.
Good fighter.
She's a really good fighter. That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because she just like has hands. She has movement. She's explosive.
What's her name?
Her name is Maritza Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good.
Incredible. So okay, so then how many pro fights have you had?
7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now when was your last one?
A while ago.
A while ago.
So
what made you stop?
In August, I'll tell you in a second. In August 2023, so almost 2 years ago.
Wow.
So in that fight, I got punched in my right eye and it broke my orbital. So it got fractured and the muscle got stuck in the crack. So what ended up happening is it affected my vision.
Yeah.
And I had a surgery to repair it, but that actually made it worse.
Oh, really?
I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I got a second surgery. I sought a second opinion and that fixed it. Thank God. So now I have a plate in here but my vision will never be the same.
Mm.
So there was, an acceptance, like a process of acceptance with that. And I'm still getting used to that. So there were doubts, like, do I want to do this again? Do I want to risk I never thought that fighting would take my vision. And sorry to be a downer when we're talking about fighting, but it's the reality of the sport. So when I started getting back to training, I just kept getting injuries. you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's because when you have surgery, multiple surgeries, something happens to your body. It's like getting in a car accident, kind of, depending on the level of surgery. You know, some minor surgeries where you don't really.
What
get
kind of
affected
surgeries
like
did you have?
I had
the eye.
Yeah, two.
Two. Okay.
Two back to back.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's it though.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But I think because it was up here and because of the nature of the situation, like I'm telling you, the first one really fucked me up.
Really?
For months. I was like out of it.
You
Depressed.
couldn't even train,
weird.
huh? You couldn't train?
I tried.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I tried and like I would start running and the bounce, like, I don't know, like my equilibrium, everything was all messed up.
Wow.
So, yeah, it took a while for me to get back to like real, like intense training. Mostly because I would just get injuries because I think my body wasn't as conditioned as it was. You know, you're so used to training for such years and years and years and years of many hours a day at a high intensity, and then you do nothing. It's like my body had to figure it out.
And yeah, so going from there, did you realize, oh, this might be it?
Well, I had to accept that it might be
Yes.
it. Whether it actually is or not, I haven't decided yet.
You still haven't decided
No.
at this point.
Correct. Because, well, this is the thing. You know how I was telling you how my dad is almost 80?
Yes.
So he had in March of this year, like things have been tough.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to have gotten back to like fight camp training within that time frame, but it has been up and down, up and down. I've had to fly to Florida and all of that stuff. But like literally right now, this very moment, I'm feeling like, okay, maybe I could take a fight again. Because everybody had been asking me, like, do you want to fight? Are you going to fight? All the things. And I want to say yes, but I don't feel confident saying yes until I feel confident saying yes.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, maybe. So
How much are you training right now? How many days a week?
I'm training 6 days a week, two times a day.
2 times a day?
Yeah, but it's not like fight camp intensity.
Right.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, of course.
So, yeah, like not like competition intensity.
And now
I'm
your
just-
profession is you're coaching others.
Yes.
Talk to me about that. What age group? How did that start? How did you?
Yeah, so it started when I left the full-time job. I was like, oh, we need a source of income that's flexible, you know,
Yeah.
that will also help us build a skill set for our job, right? Like, if you are completely engulfed in martial arts, it's like you think about it all the time,
course.
like your mind processes it in different ways. So, we ended up, my husband and I ended up working at Bonita Martial Arts Academy, and then it ended up getting more and more a part of our life. So we teach.
Did you meet him there?
No, we met at Alliance.
Oh, you met Alliance. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, as training partners.
Yes. And now you're both coaching at
Yes.
Bonita Martial Arts.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And he's more of the active fighter.
And his nickname is El Philly. It's on your
Correct.
shirt.
Yep.
El Philly.
Yes.
And he was a pro fighter as well.
Yes.
Is he still fighting?
Yes.
He is.
Mhm.
When's his next fight?
We don't know yet because this is another thing too. Our coach Eric Del Fiero,
Yeah.
who we were like he was our coach.
Yeah.
I don't want to say attached, but he was our coach. You know, got a job at the UFCPI in Mexico City, and so he had to leave.
Oh, wow.
And so that took an adjustment too. That coincided with this for me. So he kept training at other gyms and had a few fights with other gyms, but I think we're more officially transitioning to like a different team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And now this coming fight, Epic 62, are you going to be cornering anybody?
Yes, 2 people.
2 people.
Mhm.
Who?
Diego and Celia.
And Celia.
Hmm.
Do you love being in the corner?
Yeah, it's stressful.
It's stressful?
But I love it. Yeah.
Why is it stressful?
It's stressful because you can't actually control what's happening.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's easier to be the fighter.
Yes.
I say easier. They're
Yeah,
both hard.
They're both hard.
But it's just mentally, it's a different thing to corner. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. Cornering Daniel is so easy.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Reyes.
I mean, it's intense because you know I'm
phenomenal.
his main corner, so we're locked in, we're focused, we have like the relationship. But he makes it easy because he finishes everybody.
He finished everybody.
All the work is front loaded with Daniel for
Yes.
the most part. That's like all the work is leading up to the fight, in the back, hyping him up before, because for the most part, very rarely have I had to coach between rounds in the actual fight
Right.
for Daniel. I have, but very rarely.
It's rare because he
Mhm.
usually finishes everybody in the first inning.
yeah, recently. That's
Inning.
what
I
he's
said
been
inning.
doing.
First round.
Yeah, let's call it the inning.
Yeah, call it inning, quarter, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every single fight, like when I interview him, I'm like, whoever he's fighting is done.
Yeah.
I can just tell by the interview how intense he is,
Right.
how prepared he is,
Yeah.
how committed. And of course, he's God-centered, and he's all about he prays us in.
That's
Every
right.
time we interview, he prays us in.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love the way, I love Daniel. He's like a lifer. He's definitely my friend for life.
And so, yeah, so speaking of which, shout out some people, some trainers, some people along the way, family, trainers. Let's finish the interview by shouting some people out, people that you have meant a lot to you, have basically helped you change your life, whatever.
Yeah. I would say I would like to thank Coach Eric Del Fiero for always setting a great example as far as being a coach. I try to channel him every day. Also, thank you, Carl from Steel MMA, for always being there for us as a coach and being open. He is the busiest man in San Diego.
Wow.
No, I don't want to say that. I know Jason's very busy, but he's one of the busiest coaches in San Diego. Him and Coach Aaron Pete probably. But thank you very much for accepting us into your gym. Thank you to my husband, life partner, for riding through all of this with me. And Diego, Celia, Daniel, and Logan, get your shit together. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Just honorable mention.
So you have the most views in epic fighting history. This is on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Millions of views.
Mm-hmm.
What the fight? Her epic fight.
Yeah, all of her fights have a lot of views.
Which epic fight has the millions?
The one in 2019.
Yeah, my title defense.
Your
my
title
last
defense.
Amateur fight.
She has other ones with hundreds of thousands.
Wow.
Of stuff, but one of them has millions.
Millions of views. Epic YouTube. Go back and watch it. 2019.
She's in the Epic Hall of Fame.
Epic Hall of Fame.
That's right.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like we.
Maddie, very few people
Yeah.
in the Epic Hall
I
of
love it. Hall of Fame, epic Hall of Famer right here. So I'm kind of feeling we might be seeing another pro fight. I don't know. I kind of have a
I
feeling.
know.
Fame. I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling it right now. I'm prophesying.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to happen. And so I absolutely like you. Sorry. So you're training twice a day. How many days a week are you training others? Pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So this is your whole life. But that's great
Yeah, it is.
because you love it.
Yes.
So a master's degree,
In bioethics.
bioethics, and now you're training every day.
Yeah.
And
I
train.
mean, the good thing is sometimes you gotta just figure out what's not for you so you can find what is for you.
I love that.
I mean, and I think I had to like set myself free of the idea of judgment. I just had to do what made me happy.
And
I
on that
still
note,
have to do that. Do what makes myself happy.
and on that note, what drives you? Like what every single day, getting up, training others, training yourself, hours and hours and hours. Like you can't just do that kind of a pace without something internally really driving you. What's driving you?
I think when you are a very small person, when you're a child, you know what you're capable of. And I think that the rest of the world talks you out of that. So I try to stay in touch with that. I know what I'm capable of and I know what I want. And I have nothing to prove to anybody except myself.
Yep.
Like I guess a younger me.
I love
In a
that.
way, I try to stay in touch with that.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tina Pettigrew, aka the Predator. Stay tuned here because she's going to be in the ring again, fighting in the cage. I can feel it. I can see it. It's going to happen. You owe it to the world. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your school. You owe it to your family to do it again.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Watch her coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. Real deal talk, epic 62, epic fighting. That's a wrap. Let's go.